रमणांजलि रमणांजलि लोक कल्याण रमण शरणांजलि रमणांजलि रमणांजलि रमणांजलि।
Namo Ramana. Prostrations to Ramana, shining as a self in all beings. By the immense grace of that self, manifest as Ramana, Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi Research Center is continuing the celebration of Jnananjali, the Enlightenment Cultural Festival supported by the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. This year's festival has two new dimensions. One, that it has as a part of it the online celebrations as well, and it has the theme Ramananjali in association with its sister organization Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning, which is celebrating 40 years of its music division, one may say, Ramananjali. Ramananjali is an ocean of music including compositions of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi and those of poet saints like Ganapati Muni, Muruganar, Sadhu Om, Shuddhananda Bharati and several others. It has their original compositions in Tamil and Sanskrit as well as translations in Kannada, Telugu, Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi, Malayalam and a few in English as well. We also have the contributions of contemporary poets in Kannada, Telugu, Tamil and several other languages. This vast body of poetry has been composed in the musical format through classical music, Carnatic classical music, as well as in the devotional genre. And in this festival, we will be having presentations of the classical music, the devotional music, the music in the form of dance, both the classical and the devotional dances, as well as mega theatre productions on the life and contributions of poets in the Ramananjali repertoire. We present to you, reworked from the archives, the new version of Ganapati Muni's early life, presented by the children and youth wing of Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning, Skanda Ramana, Ganapati Muni, his early life and his compositions on Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi.
The court of Prabhudadeva Maharaja, King of Tiruvannamalai, is all astir with activity. People are buzzing with excitement. Today is the day when the chief court poet is going to confront the poet saint Arunagirinathar.
I could hardly sleep for excitement. I wonder which of them will succeed.
Why should you be excited for that?
If Ambika Dasa emerges successful, then we will have a darshan of Ambika, the glorious mother. If the victory is Arunagirinath's, then we will be blessed with the vision of Skanda, Muruga. I cannot believe that we all can have this great, tremendous good fortune.
Nice hopes you have. Just because each of them claims that their poetry can bring their beloved deity to their presence.
You mean they both are making false claims so forcefully?
Even if what they say is true, how do you know we too will share this vision? Anyway, I doubt if either of them will succeed, as if any poetry, however good, can bring God before us.
My dear friend, that is where you are mistaken. Arunagirinadar is not just a poet, he is a saint. Don't you know how he became a poet?
As if I don't know, but just like any of us, was in fact a man with such a life.
Don't talk of him like that. He may have led any kind of life, but he realized how meaningless such a life was and wanted to give it up at the feet of the Lord.
As he jumped from our temple Gopuram to end his life, Lord Murugan came, held him in his arms, and there Murugan has remained as Gopura Thelayanar.
Arunagirinadar is blessed by the touch of Muruga. He is a new person entirely, born anew. His poetry flows from this grace of Skanda. It is not his poetry.
Ordinary person indeed, eh? Just like any of us, eh? He says, let me see you renounce one of your tiny luxuries.
Okay. Don't fight with me. Just wait and see for yourself.
Have you heard his songs? They make even our bones melt with love for the Lord.
What must be his love?
But our Ambika Dasa is no less. Believe me, he's a great Upasaka of Ambika and he must be sure of success. Otherwise he would not have posed the challenge.
Yes, he is a wily one, that one.
By some good fortune, he has done tapas and earned the grace of the mother.
Rajadhiraja, Rajamartanda, Rajagambira, Rajagulatilaka, Prabhuda Deva Maharaja, Para, Bhopara.
Today is a day of great joy for us. From our knowledge of Ambika Dasa's great poetry and from the glory of Arunagirinadar which has reached our ears, we believe that both poets will fulfill their challenge. O kings among poets, shall we begin the contest?
शिवकामेश्वरी अपना पार्वती ललिता अंबिके देवी पराशक्ति वर्ग वर्गवे वर्ग वर्गवे உமையே தாயே உண்ணாமலை அம்பா உமையே தாயே அபீத குச்சாம்பா வருக வருகவே உமையே தாயே வருக வருகவே.
Mother, why have you not come? Why do you now fail to fulfill your promise that you will come whenever I call?
Child, my promise to you was that I would appear before you whenever you called, only for a year. The year was over yesterday.
Oh, mother, just come this once. My honor is at stake. Have I not pleased you with tapas? How much puja I have done? If you will not come, at least help me. See to it that he does not win the challenge either. Call Skanda to yourself and play with him so he will not leave your lap and come to that man's presence when he sings. I am sorry, I could not bring Shakti before you, but I am sure his is also a vain boast.
Oh, don't say that. That remains to be seen, Dasare.
प्रबुडदेव महाराजन कुळमु माडव देवर पेरुमाळे मयिलु माडी नीयाडी वरवेणुम षण्मुख
Why has my lord not come? He who cannot stay away a moment when a devotee calls him lovingly. Mother is playing with him. I must pray that she too comes and brings him. What if Lord Shiva should detain Devi? Let me call him too with loving devotion. And what if Muruga's vehicle, the peacock, is away? Let me request it too to fetch my lord in all speed.
ಅದಲ ಚೇಡನಾರಾಡ ಅಖಿಲ ವೇರು ಮೀದಾಡ ಅಭಿನ ಕಾಳಿತಾನಾಡ ಅವಳೋಡನ್ರಿ அதிர வீசிவாதாடும் இடையிலேறுவாராட அருகுபூத வேதாளம் அவையாட மயிலுமாடி நீ ஆடி வரவேணும் ஷண்முகா மயிலுமாடி நீ ஆடி வரவேணும் ஷண்முகா
Such was the divine love of Arunagirinath's poetry, and he composed thousands of songs which are sung even today as Tiruppugar.
எனக்கருள் தந்தையும் நீ சிந்தாகுலமானவை தீர்த்தனையாள் கந்தா கதிர்வேலவனே உமையாள் மைந்தா குமரா மறைநாயகனே உருவாய் அருவாய் உளதாய் இலதாய் மறுவாய் மலராய் மணியாய் ஒளியாய் கருவாய் உயிராய் கதியாய் விதியாய் குருவாய் வருவாய் அருள்வாய் குஹனே குருவாய் வருவாய் அருள்வாய் குஹனே.
My dear brother, where are you going?
Did you not hear his fervent prayer? Guruvai, Varuvai, Arulvai, Guhane. The prayer for me to bless the world as a Sadguru.
Ah, and immediately the heart of my younger brother has melted with compassion and he is setting off to answer the prayer. Arunagiri Nadar has chosen right. When you gave Upadesha to father, can you resist a prayer to come and teach the world as a Sadguru?
Why all this teasing, Naina?
Oh no, me? Teasing? Far from it. I just wondered if you would give your elder brother a chance to come and help in the task.
Oh, I am sorry. I forgot that it is your privilege to be the first. Go ahead. I will follow you.
Now, who is teasing? Yes, Skanda, I will go first.
Narasa, I had a remarkable experience at Kashi.
Refresh yourself first. You have just returned from a long journey and must be tired. Then tell me about your experience. I too will tell you of the astonishing event at Ashravalli, the Surya temple where I had been.
Perhaps your experience is not so marvelous. It can wait till I have rested, but mine cannot wait. I was sitting in prayer in front of Ganapati when a little child emanated from him and entered into me.
When I was at Ashravalli, a beautiful divine lady came with a glowing pot of fire, placed it in my hands. It turned into a lovely child. Then she vanished.
Narasa, Ganapati is coming to our house as our child.
A few years passed. A second son was born to Narasimha Shastri and Narasamamba. In the full faith that the child was none other than Vigneshwara in human form, Narasimha Shastri named him Ganapati. But
Narasa, how is Ganapati today?
As usual, he will not eat. I spent an hour cajoling him to have a few morsels, and then he swooned. I feel so worried. He is nearing 7 and is as sickly as he had been since his birth.
I wonder what is the Lord's play. Why is he teasing us thus? His vision tells us that he is coming to our house, and then the child Ganapati is not even a normal boy. He cannot even speak.
You must not despair. It is you who have often reaffirmed my faith at dark moments, quoting the verse, Mukam karoti vachalam.
Yes, Narasa, you are right in reminding me.
What, Narasa? So, how is your son today?
Just the same.
Did you hear of the doctor to whom our Sakku took her daughter? That girl too was just like this. And the two coming of marriageable age. Sakku was really worried. But I believe that doctor worked wonders. Not only is the girl talking, she is also singing well.
We have taken Ganapati to the doctor already. It was of no use.
But Narasa is stubborn. How many times have I told her there is only one remedy for this, and I am sure it will work.
But how can I try that? It would be cruel.
What did our Ammamma suggest, Narasa?
Oh, she makes a fuss. In our days, we used to brand our children with a hot iron, even if they were mischievous. And she says it would be cruel to brand the boy to cure his illness. These modern ways. Anyway, he is your son. What is it to us?
I think we better be going. I simply dropped all the work at when they said they were coming here.
Won't you come in at least?
No, I just wanted to borrow some ghee from you. You see, I had such a headache this morning that I just couldn't get up to prepare the butter.
And Narasa, could you just get me a cup of curds?
Just a moment.
I'll be going.
Thank you, Ma.
You will be coming for the bhajan this evening, won't you?
Yes, of course.
Newfangled ideas, cruelty indeed. I do not know what these young people of nowadays keep coming up with.
Narasa, If all the ladies recommend it, why don't you give it a try?
What? You mean branding? But it is cruel to hurt him thus. If it does not cure him, it will be only an injury. The pain he cannot even express in words to us.
Do you think I wish to hurt him? But you have tried every possible treatment. If you do not try this, you may be failing to give him a chance.
Huh? All right. We will try that remedy too. Ganapati, you can speak? Say Amma again. Call me again. Ganapati. Amma. Oh, the Lord is compassionate. Ganapati can speak. Ganapati can speak.
The learning which was not open to him for 6 years of his life, Ganapati acquired within a year of his recovery. His extraordinary intellect was evident even then. At the age of 10, he had prepared an almanac with all knowledge of astronomy. At 12, he began to compose poetry fluently. At 18, he had developed a great yearning for tapas, being an adept at many mantras into which he was initiated by his father. Ganapati left on a pilgrimage for tapas. At Kashi, he heard of the great assembly of scholars at Navadvipa, held to conduct examinations for those who wished to exhibit their scholarship. On the advice of friends, Ganapati entered the examination. The day of the examination came. A young man, lean and thinly built in body, entered the assembly hall with his head held high and a proud, self-assured look which took the whole audience in its sweep.
Who is this person?
Satvara Kavita Savita Gaudoham Kaschid Ambika Dattaha.
Ganapati Riti Kavi Kulapatihi Ati Daksho Dakshinatyoham Bhavan Dattaha Aham tu Aurasaha.
This is no ordinary boy. He has not only completed Datta's verse in the appropriate manner by giving particulars about himself.
He has also got one upon Datta by that added kip. You are only Ambika's adopted son. I am mother's own. Ah, ah.
Listen now and discuss later. The actual examination is about to begin.
Datta is bound to pose tough riddles for this boy to complete.
Yes. Particularly after the boy's exhibition of his genius in the very introduction.
Please.
Well, let us hear you answer this. Vatsaras Yekada Gauri Pati Vaktram Na Pashyati.
Chaturthyam Bhadra Shuklasya Chandra Darshana Shankaya.
Suryaha Shashankena Samam Vinashtaha Na Tu Amavasya.
Rahus Trikone cha Gurus Tritiye Kalatra Bhave cha Dhara Tanujaha Lagne cha Koshte Yadi Bhalaka Syat Suryaha Shashankena Samam Vinashtaha.
Not only a mellifluous poet, but a great scholar.
And he passes not even a minute to think.
What grasp of astrology?
No, I am not finished. Pipilika Chumbati Chandramandalam.
Pipilika Chumbati Chandramandalam. Sati Viyogena Vishanna Chetasaha Prabho Shayanasya Himalaye Girau Shivasya Chuda Kalitam Sudhashaya Pipilika Chumbati Chandramandalam.
Poetry resides in his very throat. He is Kavyakantha. He is Kavyakantha.
Kavyakantha. Kavyakantha.
In a few years, Kavyakantha returned to the south. With increasing tapas, his insight into the Vedas also increased. All who met him were drawn to him. He had many disciples. His Vedic knowledge and tapas power made him a true Muni, a sage. Yet, despite all this, Kavyakantha Ganapati Muni was dissatisfied. His quest was for the knowledge supreme. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The burning sun enveloped the temple town of Tiruvannamalai and scalded the rock on Arunachala, making everyone drowsy with heat. But the Muni was awake, alert, no, restless.
I have performed crores of japas, pursued so many spiritual practices, adhered to every discipline, performed endless austerities. Still, there is no revelation, no indication of divine manifestation. Is there something wrong with my seeking? Some mistake in my method? Some error in my learning? Or all our ancient lore, tradition and knowledge only a bundle of superstitions, only a pack of lies? No, it cannot be. Then why? Oh, perhaps there is some shortcoming in my understanding, some deficiency in my sadhana. Then, who can explain? Who can tell me the correct way? The Brahmana Swami on Arunachala. Yes, maybe he can help me. Maybe he can help me.
The Virupaksha cave. Bhagavan is alone, and the Muni rushes up to him. He is sweating from the afternoon heat.
I have read all the Shastras, performed japa crores of times, observed hundreds of penances and austerities. Yet I have had no realization. Is my tapas tainted? Is there any shortcoming? Or perhaps I do not know the method? I take refuge in you. Help me out. Please, please, please.
Find out from where this eye springs forth and merge at its source. That is tapas. Find out from where the sound of mantra emanates and merge there. That is tapas. That is tapas.
Pashyami. देवदत्तेन ज्ञानेन त्वां मुहुर्मुहुः ब्रह्मण्यानां वरं ब्रह्म सुब्रह्मण्यं नराकृतिम् सुब्रह्मण्यं नराकृतिं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहं सुब्रह्मण्यं नराकृतिं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहम्.
Skanda, you taught the truth to Brahma and to your father Shiva. Now in human form you have come as the guru of your elder brother Ganapati. You have come as my guru.
सुब्रह्मण्यं नराकृतिं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहं सुब्रह्मण्यं नराकृतिं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहं जय गुरुरमणं वन्देहम्.
Next day, the Muni wrote to his intimate disciples, "Dear Karshni, I have found my master, my Guru. He is the sage of Arunachala, known as Brahmana Swami. He is no ordinary Swami. He is a great seer, a mighty spiritual personality, a Maharshi."
Dear Daivarata, I have found my master, my guru. He is the sage of Arunachala. He is the Lord incarnate, Subramanya in human form. He is Skanda, Ramana, the sweet one. All who see him must be drawn to him. Dear child Kapali, my guru, my master have I found in the sage of Arunachala. No ordinary Swami is he. To me, to you, and to all, he is Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. Let the whole world know him as such. Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. It is by the grace of the Divine Mother that I have obtained this Sadguru, this perfect Guru. In gratitude, I wish to compose 1,000 verses in praise of Goddess Uma. I have Bhagavan's blessings for this task. I must complete this within 20 days as a part of tapas.
On the 20th day, more than 200 verses still remained to be composed. The verses had to be composed within that night, somehow.
Shravam Shravam Vedam Daivam Namam Namam Radhyam Daivam Smaram Smaram Dharyam Daivam Varam Varam Stutyam Daivam Charite Madhuram Stotam Daivam Charane Madhuram Namatam Daivam Adhare Madhuram Shambhor Daivam Mamatustanye Madhuram Daivam Ramana Maharshe Ratni Vasi मध्यमपुत्रो नरसिंहस्य वासिष्ठोऽस्यं महतां मानुः गणपतिरङ्घ्रिं शरणमुपैति त्रिभुवनभर्तुः परमाशक्तिः सकलसवित्री गौरी जयति तन्नुतिरेषा गणपतिरचिता पादाकुलकप्रान्ता जयति
Whatever I said, has it been taken down properly?
Yes, receiving all that has been granted by your grace, I have just completed the work.
Bhagavan affectionately referred to the Muni as Nayana, a word in Telugu used both as an endearment for a child and as a term of respect for an elder. And Nayana very often in his letters to Bhagavan and in his compositions called himself Bhagavan's elder brother, for Bhagavan was Skanda and he Ganapati. Nayana composed the Ramana Gita, a series of questions by serious seekers and answers by Bhagavan, an invaluable guide for all sincere spiritual aspirants. And Nayana also performed the great task of translating Bhagavan's Ulladu Narpadu into Sanskrit as Saddarshana. But the most moving of all are the torrential flow of verses in praise of Bhagavan, describing his beauty, his stature, his grandeur and his glory.
In spreading grace, he is like the moon, the friend of the blue lily. Neelaravinda Suhrida Sadrisham Prasade. In splendor, he is like the sun, the friend of the red lotus. Tulyam tatha mahasi, mahasi toyaja bandhavena. ब्राह्म्यां स्थितौ तु पितरं वटमूलवासं संस्मारयन्तम् अचलन्तम् अनुस्मरामः. Ramana, you are a world teacher, giving your own state of bliss to one and all, even birds and animals. Is it surprising? Are you not Skanda in human form?
Ramanaya Loka Gurave Namaha. Ramanaya Loka Gurave Namaha.
ओंकारार्थमुपादिषु भगवते वाणी मनोहारिणे कादायाप्युपदेष्टु मुद्यतमभूत् किञ्चित् त्वदीयं मुखं ज्येष्ठस्यास्य सहोदरस्य गुरुतं प्राप्तोऽसि गौरवात् सुब्रह्मण्यकनिष्ठताम् अभिगत सर्वाधिकस्त्वं गुणैः.
रमणाय लोकगुरवे नमः. रमणाय लोकगुरवे नमः. रमणाय लोकगुरवे नमः. रमणाय लोकगुरवे नमः. शान्तिर्नितान्तमधिका परमास्य शक्ति वैराग्यमद्भुततमं करुणातु सान्द्रा ज्ञानं निरसकुहनं मधुरं च वृत्तं नीणां निदर्शनमयं रमणो महर्षिः. रमणं गुरुं नमामि. रमणं गुरुं नमामि. रमणं गुरुं नमामि. रमणं गुरुं नमामि. नारसिंहिर्गणपतिः वासिष्ठो रमणं गुरुम् चत्वारिंशन्मितैः पद्यैः स्कन्दांशं